here I have our rabbit hutch that the bottom started falling out on. And anyway, so I'm going to, I've already tacked a couple ends down, just corners, just kind of stretch out the mesh fabric. But anyway, I'm going to continue working on this, and going to try and do it as much left-handed as I possibly can. I can't lift much or do much with my right hand still, so yeah, we're going to attempt to try and do this with the left hand. So hopefully you guys will kind of enjoy. But yeah, so the bottom corners, so this corner here, as you see, I can kind of lift it up. This corner here comes done. This corner I already kind of tacked down, came up. That corner came up. So this originally was meant to be a rabbit tractor and be down on the ground. So we put the mesh fabric on the bottom instead of on the inside. And we thought we had enough staples in it, but obviously we didn't. This side over here, we had multiple rabbits in from a litter, so there was quite a bit of weight in there. And then yeah, just over the winter it just kind of weakened and started falling apart. So instead of just regular staples, I went and got these fence staples, and we're going to pound them in. And then, as you can see, I've got some pieces of wood down here. I'm going to put one piece of wood on each end, and then I'm going to put one in the middle to help try and even out the weight distribution and hopefully keep it from putting too much force around the edges and pulling the mesh off again. So yeah, anyway, we needed an extra hutch, so we went ahead and threw some legs on this, and it was a quick fix for what we needed. And it's two sides, and I think it's the largest one that we have. So we sometimes will rotate our rabbits. When rabbits have babies, we usually will take and use this hutch, kind of move everyone around a little bit and put the mom and the babies in these hutches. We also have a centerpiece here that we can slide a panel out, and they can have the whole entire thing. So that was the intention of being able to have it down on the ground, as we could open it up and give mama and baby lots of space. Plus it made it easier for weaning, because we could open up the middle and coax the babies on one side and have the mom on the other side and close it. And we usually do that for about a week, and then we will remove the babies, or mama, whichever. Usually it's mama, and then after a certain period of time we will separate males and females and separate them in there. So this has actually ended up working quite well, other than the bottom's falling out. So we're just gonna fix that up now. If you've ever worked with this 1/2-inch mesh, it is really kind of a pain to work with. If you want it squared, good luck. You're never going to get it squared. I learned that pretty quickly. You just try and make it fit as best as possible, and then trying to stretch it out into an area is difficult too. The 1/2-inch, especially if you have sausage fingers like me, can't quite get your fingers in the holes to get some grip on it. So you just kind of try and you work from one corner and kind of try and work your way out when you're installing this stuff. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's kind of bubbly. I'm just going to try and get it somewhat straightened out and tacked down, And then once again, that's why we're putting the supports on the sides and middle to kind of give it a little more, sandwich it and give it a little bit more strength. But yeah, this mesh stuff's kind of a pain in the butt. I know the first couple that we made, it was frustrating. Jackie and I got really frustrated. The second one we made, we just decided not to worry about trying to get it squared. And then this one, we just literally just wrapped it around, tacked it down, and called it good. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to work with. So this is where I started. The spaces in between were a little bit bigger, um, but I'm not too worried about it because it's here in the front. So I mean, if this starts pulling down, I can come back and put a couple in between the ones that I did. But anyway, so I've drilled these or screwed these down, which gives the support for here in the middle when the animals are moving around. Instead of pushing the mesh to its max and pulling the edges, it's going to push up against this board. Also gives them a little bit more support while they're in there. We do put in these little pieces of wood. There's one in there down the bottom, if you can see. They kind of chewed at it. The rabbits like to chew on the wood. You can see they've chewed on the beam here inside. So we try to keep their food levels and everything up. But this is, like I said, for the baby rabbits, and the baby rabbits are just chewing on everything. So anyway, so we've put these in, support in the middle, and then of course this here to support. I just put screws in the end because, like I said, there's this slider board here, and I don't want to impede that being able to open or close. Everything's stapled nicely in the middle, so I'm not too worried about it. I just want to kind of give it a sandwich and give it a little more support. These ones here and the ones on the ends are the ones that I was more worried about getting. So I've got 2 screws on each end and then a screw here in the middle, and that's it. I'm just gonna chop that off real quick. Got it up. Dusty Rose is in her side. Caramel's in hers. Hi. It seems to be holding up pretty good with their weight. So she's been walking on the wire, and it seems to be holding up pretty good. So I may take and throw a couple staples on the inside here on this beam, but we'll see what happens and how things work out. Dusty Rose. See, those rabbits had a heyday with that wood in here. But anyway, she's good to go. She's got a big belly. She will probably be having her kits here in a few days.
Couple weeks.
Oh, a couple weeks, I guess. We got a nesting box over there for her that we'll be putting in and getting so that she can get ready. And yeah, but it seems to be looking pretty good. They're re-sniffing their territory. This is the original home of both these rabbits, but since they haven't been in it for a while, they gotta explore it. But I think she approves. Yep. You approve? Yeah? Okay, good. So, there we have it. Well, as tempting as it is to plant, we're gonna hold off. Some people have started planting, and they're just having to secure their plants and protect their plants. I think Thursday and Friday it's supposed to dip down below freezing. Well, hover right above freezing actually, and then we're supposed to get some more snow, which is crazy because we've been in the lower to mid 60s, and now we're going to drop down to highs of 39, 40, and lows of like 35, 30, 33. So I don't know, we'll see. And there's 40% chance of snow, but I mean the beds are ready. I mean we've let the chickens in, and the chickens have, this one was great, except for half of our bed for our potato bed is right here because the chickens have scratched at it and scratched it out. But yeah, anyway, but these planting beds are all good to go, ready to plant. We'll probably turn our compost a few more times, and then we'll lay that out. Did you get your blue egg?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's like a creamish egg.
White egg.
So, all right, cool. But yeah, it's super tempting to plant, but we're gonna wait. I think the earliest that we'll be able to plant is Mother's Day. So we'll see what happens.